Andy and me are walking from Saunton across Braunton Burrows, around the river estuary, the Tall at Barnstaple, across the old historic bridge, back to the other side, past arguably the southernmost limit of glaciation in the British Isles at a place called Fremington, and finishing off at Instow. So I've had a very cosy night in the Breakers B&B. I'm hoping Andy has had the same. Under canvas at the oddly named campsite, Ruda. As in Mentory? I don't know, but Ruda, R-U-D-A.
Well, it may only be a B road. We are right by the Saunton Sands Hotel, but this is a nightmare walking, and we've had to park up on a cliff-top lay-by, mainly because the price of Saunton Sands car park is absolutely outrageous. It cost me £9.50 for 4 hours yesterday, which is an utter disgrace. So I parked on a lay-by, but it necessitates this annoying walk down the roadside, no pavement. Still got a little way to go to get to the footpath, which is the other side of that yurt. Ahead lies Braunton Burrows, and that's the main aim today. Just waiting for Andy to negotiate this bit here. He's working his way along, not been too inconvenienced by traffic so far. I'm just wondering if we can get down through there rather than have to go any further on this ghastly, busy, very, very busy and noisy and annoying road, but hopefully the last road will be anywhere near today. Next hour or two over this magnificent arenaceous wasteland, sandy, Braunton Burrows.
Braunton Burrows, peaceful, sunbird song and the occasional sound of the well-struck golf shot. We lunched just outside Braunton, and I failed to impress some rather miserable cyclists with my wisecracks. On we walked.
So here we are, Executive Homes, just the other side of the fence. Whacking great commando base on this side of the fence. And I'm not sure if I should be filming this. Certainly if I was in many countries abroad, I'd now be being pursued by the military police. But this is RAF, or Royal Navy, Chivenor. It's a big airfield and the base of, I think, the commandos. So an important and interesting military base.
Rusty old way.
Fucking hell. And this is one of the hazards of today is Cyclepath.
After the excitement of Chivenor, it was a long trudge into Barnstaple and up and over the medieval bridge, pondering how many folk had crossed this on foot over the centuries that it existed. Today we had to put up with one irritating teenage cyclist before we turned west and carried along the Tarka Trail all the way towards our final destination of Instow.
Pretty dead straight, we're on the westward limb, the left-hand southern bank of the mighty Tall River. And Andy and me are plodding along relentlessly. This flattest and easiest section we've done so far on the SWCP. We've already done 15 miles today, which is pretty awesome. Got a couple more to do before we get back to the car and back to our base camp in Croyders. And to my left, my walking companion is striding purposefully and has a rather worrying grin on his face, which always worries me.
Yeah. Just waiting for the end of the day.
It's a Richter smile, they call it.
Yeah. It's fixed. It's transfixed.
Yes.
I'd have to glue it there, otherwise it would be.
We've just been talking about applying hot water bottle treatments and other liniments and embrocations to our limbs later on. That's done in the privacy of our own residences, I might like you to know, walking fans. This is not something we do mutually. Rather interesting little shelter here. I don't think it's for a bus or anything else. I think it's another
behind them.
Yes, it has the fox on the side, which is a bit of a thing in these parts. It does look very bus shelter-ish, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yes. I wonder what happens behind the bus shelter. Is it like the bike shed?
Early evening sun, a welcome bench dedicated to either Andy's employer or to the fish and chip shop in Braunton, Squires. The marshland was lovely. There was some archaeological stuff at East Yellon Marsh, and the day finished nicely as we wandered our way towards Instow.
Oh, good evening, walking fans. We're just walking round Yelland Marsh, about a mile or so from Instow, and we've done a prodigious distance today. We're above the 18-mile walk, and we've walked from Saunton, well, very close to the Saunton Sands Hotel, all the way across the glorious Braunton Burrows and the sand dunes and the golf links, and all the way up the estuary of the Tall to the long bridge, the old bridge across River Caen and Barnstaple. And we're now walking along the southern side of the Tall estuary, the left bank, towards the little village, seaside village of Instow, which in a rather lovely way is twinned with Arromanch, Gold Beach in the D-Day landings, which my dad was on, and I was telling Andy about in some detail earlier on. And I rather liked that. It was a nice memory, and we're at a place, or looking across now the other side of the estuary to there, that's Braunton Burrows. And on Braunton Burrows, the US infantry trained for the D-Day landings back in early 1944. So, hence my story that I regaled this morning, and had a chest bursting with pride at Dad's contribution to a part of history. The walk itself has been the flattest we've ever done anywhere. It's the flattest probably on the whole of the SWCP as far as I can recall. And we have another day of flatness ahead of us tomorrow, before on Sunday we get back onto the cliffs and the thrills and spills of the coastline from Westward Ho down to Clovelly. So it's been a pretty awesome walk today, and we've kept up a good pace. I did a timing earlier on. We walked at a good pace of about 3 miles an hour, which is not bad. We're carrying quite heavy backpacks with food and water, cameras, waterproofs, which delightfully have not been needed at all today. So a lovely day's walk.
Parked at Instow, down by the local cricket club, and that's the pavilion there. I'm flipping intrigued by these things which I saw yesterday. So it's a mast, a pylon, big white board, and a flashing light at the top of the tower. And about, I don't know, 500 metres up the hill is another one of these suckers. You can see it there, big white board again, not quite as high up. Also a flashing light. Away to the north there. So there's a similar looking feature on like a black rocky plinth, white board. I can't see anything flashing from this distance, but it's quite murky. And I wonder if it's some kind of speed trial thing or navigation thing relating to the military training and exercises that go on in this area. Anyway, it intrigues me.
Another 20 or so miles in the bag of the mighty southwest coast path. All the way up to Barnstaple, all the way back down the other side. Plenty of time to talk nonsense and enjoy relatively easy walking. Things will no doubt toughen up in a day or two's time.